Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm doing a collaboration video with a fellow YouTube creator, Sophie Uliano. We're doing a take on our favorite holiday pies. My pie I'm going to show you how to make is a chocolate pudding pie, one like my grandma used to make. And then after I'm done, you can pop on over to her channel and check out the pie that she's going to make. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with a crust, and I have some almond meal here, about 1.5 cups of almond meal. And I'm going to use my Blendtec. It works just fine, or you can use a food processor because you're going to be chopping up dates and blending that with your almond meal. But my Blendtec works just fine to do that, but maybe a regular blender might not work so great, so you probably need a food processor. So we're going to put our almond meal, 1 cup of dates, and some cocoa powder. And this is about 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. We're just going to blend those together. So this chocolate pie has a chocolate crust because we in this house are chocoholics. We like everything chocolatey. So I'm just going to pulse my blender and then use it regular just to get it to all go together. And you just want to blend until it all starts sticking together a bit because you're going to press it down into your pie crust and it needs to stick together. And it's kind of a crumbly type of crust, almost like what you would do with a graham cracker crust. So it's not your traditional flour and shortening pie crust because we're doing a healthy version of this pie. But the type my grandma used to make had the regular type of classic pie crust. And she would make chocolate pudding and put it in there and it would set up, and that was the pie that went first. Of course, with all the grandkids, that was the pie that everybody was waiting to see. And she always had a big tub of Cool Whip sitting next to it. So that's what we would top it with. But we're not gonna do Cool Whip on top. We're gonna do some nice toasted coconut. So you're gonna put this crust in the pie pan and just press it into the pan to look like a crust, which isn't too difficult, just takes a little bit of time. Okay, there we go. It's all pressed in there, and you just kind of roughly make your little pinched edge just to get it all stuck together. Now we're going to make the topping, and you don't even have to rinse your blender because it's basically almost the same ingredients. Just gonna move that aside. And what I have here is silk tofu. This is Nasoya. That doesn't matter the brand, it just needs to be silk tofu. So we're gonna use the whole carton. Squish it in there. Get it all out of there. And this is the secret to it being nice and creamy, is the silk tofu, but trust me, you won't know it's in there and no one else will either. And we have another cup of dates, 3/4 cup of cocoa, some vanilla, and I have vanilla powder here, but you can use regular vanilla extract. So it would be a teaspoon of vanilla extract or a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla powder. 1 cup of cashews, and these are raw unsalted cashews, and a 1/2 cup of almond milk, or you can use any plant-based milk, soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, any of them will work. It just helps to keep things moving in the blender. And then we're just going to blend it until it's just smooth and creamy and dreamy. Okay, here we have it. Look at that creamy goodness. So we're just going to pour this into our pie. pie plate. And you want to just pour it till it's to about the top of your crust so that it doesn't spill over onto the glass or whatever type of pie plate that you have, because then the pieces of pie will be difficult to get out of your pan. So that works out pretty good. And this is a 9-inch pie plate. I believe that's 9-inch, yeah. Just fluff it around a little bit. Look at that. If you like chocolate, you are going to love this pie. I mean, you just can't get enough of that chocolate. Oh, that's so good. And I already toasted my coconut over here. I just set my oven to about 350. And this is anywhere from a half a cup to a whole cup. It just depends on how much coconut you like to have on there. And it makes it look nice and pretty. And I toasted it for about 3 to 5 minutes. You gotta watch it really carefully because it burns really quick. So you might wanna just stick it in and just sit there and watch it so it doesn't burn. Because I burned the first batch because I started doing other things like I always do, and bam. So we're just going to sprinkle these on top. And this will give you something interesting and nice and chewy and a little bit of sweet in each bite of your pie. There we go. Okay, use all of this. Okay, and you're just gonna put this in your refrigerator for about 4 hours. So if you're making this for Thanksgiving or a holiday, you'll want to make this in the morning so that it has the whole day really just to sit in the refrigerator and set up. Because it takes a few hours for the tofu and the cashew to set up in this pie. So there it is. Okay, I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator and then I'll show you the end result. Okay guys, here's the magic moment. Look at that beautiful pie. Now, for the best part, taste. Now this is the part I don't like doing. It's getting that first piece out is always, it's so difficult to get it out without just mangling it, but we'll see how we do here. Wow, that looks great. Okay, come on, little pie. Well, it looks like it might be all right. Oh, look at that. Okay, here we go for the taste. Oh, I can't wait. That almost tastes just like my grandma's pie. Oh, fantastic. You gotta be sure to try this recipe out. If you're a chocoholic like we are, you will love it. And be sure to check out Sophie's recipe on her channel and what pie that she chooses to create for you. And I'll see you next time.